Jeffrey, we're
What a
almost
great week it is.
we're almost
I love
to the end of the year. It's a
yeah,
block away.
I love the week in between Christmas and New Year's, especially when the holidays are on a weekend. We get a full
Mhm.
week to kind of to really sit back and reflect and take some stock.
Yeah, it is interesting of, kind of it's a deep breath before we hit the ground running in January. And it really gives us time to think back and reflect on everything that we're grateful for that's happened in the past year.
Yeah, I hope you're listening to this episode while your plane's taxiing and taking off to some beautiful vacation or something like that. But I'm incredibly grateful for this year, and it's been a challenging one. I think we've all been through a lot, and I think that uh, we wanted to kind of take a break this week from the blocking and tackling of real estate and talk about gratitude and talk about how we can evolve this year
Mhm.
as we enter in 2022. You know, um, we're kind of we might just be entering ordinary time again.
Yeah.
We've been in this extraordinary time period where we're really just fighting for survival in many ways. I'm tired of thinking every time I sneeze that that's that's the COVID. It got me.
Yeah.
I've escaped it this long. Um, I'm tired about hearing about so many people that we've lost for so many different reasons over the last couple of years.
Hmm.
Um, or people who have lost so much and challenges they've been through that are particular, that probably wouldn't have happened if
Yeah.
COVID didn't happen. And I had kind of a breakthrough moment. Uh, but where's your head this time of year?
So for me, I kind of have been looking back on obviously everything that happens, and me, I'm kind of in my own little world and happy and, and just moving on. And one of the things that I've learned and been focusing on this year was looking at things from more of a stoic standpoint of things are going to happen, and it's not what happens, it's how we react to what happens. And for me, that's what I've really been focusing on, is knowing that things are going to change. Literally the only constant is change, and learning on how we adjust to that and pushing forward. We definitely learned that in 2020 when we all started working from home, and
Yeah.
and we still are now. But it was one of the things that, instead of complaining and trying to force the old way, was adjusting to the new way, and then not even calling it the new way, just calling it, now this is the way,
Yeah.
and kept pressing forward. And so for me, I'm thankful to be flexible in what we do, to be able to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, it really is the gift of our industry, isn't it? Is this flexibility, is the ability um, to be able to decide to take some time,
Hmm.
uh, to not be in a rigid corporate structure. Uh, there's so many different facets of real estate. It
Yeah.
keeps expanding, and that's incredibly exciting to me. Somebody this week asked me, "Do you ever think what you'd be doing if you weren't a realtor and you didn't have the role you have in Keller Williams?" And I say, "No, not at all. There's just so much that branches off out of this, and so many opportunities I see ahead that there's no part of me um, that goes somewhere else. And for that, I think that's an incredible blessing."
Hmm.
But we talked about what we've been doing and the breakthrough I had. Well, I was lucky enough um, to meet a guy by the name of Ben Nepton in October,
Hmm.
and he just sent me this great journal. He had an MTV show called The Buried Life, about doing things on your bucket list and
Yeah.
accomplishing things on his bucket list and his buddies and other people, strangers. And he just sent me this. It's the pre-release of his new bucket list journal that I think is
Wow.
not even out yet on Amazon, but it's really cool. Um, and it's helping you come up with and solidify a bucket list of things you want to do before you die.
Mhm.
And he and I had a really interesting conversation, one-on-one. And in that, I was already kind of on the path of realizing that I'm done accomplishing things for other people.
Mhm.
Um, the next accomplishments in my life are for me.
Yeah.
And who am I? How do I answer that question if I can't say I'm a realtor, I'm a parent, I'm a son, I'm a spouse?
Yeah.
If I don't say any of those easy answers, how do I answer that? And so as we're on that journey, I think it brings me to an incredible place of gratitude for all the things that I've been blessed with, and all the things that we continue to work hard for,
Mhm.
and all the opportunity around us.
Yeah. Jeffrey, when we look at the great resignation that everybody had kind of gone through, I would say that there are a lot of people that are reflecting and thinking back on who am I? What is my purpose? What's my drive? What's my vision in life? And seeing people that are trying different things and exploring a little bit more. And
Incredibly brave, by the way.
yeah.
I mean, I think that that is so. I think that that's great, and I think that it's great that people are not standing for um, making a salary that is below a standard that
Mhm.
is unacceptable to them. I think it's incredibly brave to just get up and say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'm going to go
Yeah.
sell. We get to meet a lot of those people in real estate, and they're incredibly gifted and talented and motivated, and want to help clients. It's really, really cool.
I think it's so interesting to see how people now are really starting to see that we're exchanging value for dollars and dollars for value, and having a purpose and a clear vision on what we're doing and what we want to accomplish in our lives, and being willing to step into different positions that do have unlimited earning potential based upon the potential that you're willing to go and earn.
And what an awesome industry where you can start by trading money for time, and you can start by doing all the jobs.
Mhm.
And there is a very clearly prescribed way of hiring others to start to do some of those jobs,
Yeah.
and where you're no longer just trading time for money. um, you have an investment,
Mhm.
and you move into that business owner quadrant and the cash flow quadrant, if you remember that great book.
Yeah.
um, you and you've got equity in something real. I mean, I know people who are now talking about how they're going to exit their real estate business. They've hit a time in their life where things have changed so much in real estate. They're kind of done, but
Yeah.
they have databases of thousands of people,
Yeah.
and we're coaching them on how to monetize that sale, and you know, how do you take someone, and you might say to somebody, yes, I'd like to buy your database from you. Let's
Mhm.
do a deal. And that can set you up, with some annuity revenue, or with some, one-time cash payment. There's
Yeah.
different models. And this is being done very successfully in other parts of the country. And, um, I know that deviates a little bit from gratitude, but I think it's when I talk to people, they're tired of doing everything for others.
Yeah.
Time to do something for ourselves. And
It's funny.
we can still serve others, but
Yeah.
we don't have to do everything for others.
When you talk about, the exit strategy, even with newer agents, and setting goals, I like to start there. Not everybody's going to work every single day until they finally pass. They do have an exit strategy. And typically that's what helps us understand what's their vision and their purpose.
Yeah.
We're not working for the dollar. We're working for the dollar, and then that dollar will get us what our end goal actually is. And so if we said, well, what's your end result? How do you get out of this? And from there, that's when you start to see the picture of, okay, this is their
Yeah.
big why. Now let's focus on what does that big organization look like, and knowing that that's down the road, how do we then boil it down to, okay, well, in the next 5 years, what would have to happen? In the next 1 year, what would have to happen? In the next month, in the next week? And what is it that I can do today to get me one step closer? And having that clear purpose is what I think I'm grateful for, is being able to understand the end result and knowing that I'm working toward that each day.
Yeah, I mean, to put it concisely, you don't want someone to be standing over you at your funeral and all they can talk about is how you were the world's best realtor.
Yeah.
Sure, that's a compliment, absolutely, and one I'm sure you want, and I want as well. Um, but the real compliment I want is about the shared experiences and how much fun they were, and how loving they were, and how enjoyable everything was. I
Yeah.
think that's the legacy I hope to leave, and I think most people do as well. And I
Yeah.
know you well enough to know that's how you feel. You want to be remembered for how much fun everyone had when they were around you and how infectious that was.
Yeah. Oh my, I promised myself I wasn't going to cry during
Well, we know each other a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing for you. But the thing I love about this week between Christmas and New Year's is that it is a great time to find some quiet, to pull yourself away, and to journal and to make some course changes.
Yeah. And the
Just
thing
because
I
it's
love
working.
about it is, doing that, focusing on myself, and then also reaching out and sharing that energy with the people that have helped me get to where I am, which,
Yeah.
a lot of agents would call their clients, calling their clients. Without the clients, you wouldn't have made the money that you've made to be able to fund the life that you've designed. So being able to reach out to the clients that have helped you accomplish that and get there, whether they bought or not this
Yeah.
year or next year or whenever, they've helped you. They've helped you through multiple ways. And we need to make sure that everyone's aware of that we're all in this together.
I agree. And it couldn't be a better time to
Mhm.
write a thank you note to someone. The last thing that I want to say is, just because if this was a good year for you, it doesn't mean you shouldn't change anything.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking a look and examining and working on improving it. There's always a place to be better. And I think I'm very critical of my own, performance and the way I operate. And I see lots of things. I'm tearing down my calendar and rebuilding it into something that's more purposeful. I'm trying to rethink about, do we have enough people doing all the right things? Well, how can we make the experience better for our clients,
Mhm.
for the realtors in our office? That's where my mind is when it comes to work. And then what's the next big thing we're going to do as a family? What's the next big thing I'm going to do with friends? Where's our, summer vacation going to be this year?
Yeah.
I'm big time into getting that all done right now and not waiting until the last minute.
Yeah. Start planning it. If it's on your schedule, it doesn't exist. So
I'm
I
booking it.
start with planning and booking all of the fun, and then go, all right, now how much time do I have left to make all the money that I need to for all this
I,
we're about to have?
I will have plane tickets for summer vacation booked before New Year's Eve.
All right. Well, you got a couple days left.
All right. Well, Adam, it's been a pleasure this year doing this with you, and we're so grateful for the people out there listening and all the nice comments we get back. I think they've all been nice so far.
Oh, everything's been great. And I'm thankful for everyone who is listening. And for those of you who are listening, email us, let us know, or even comment, whatever it is. Share what you're thankful for, what you're grateful for, what your purpose is, your vision, all of it. And let's all just work together to accomplish more.
2022 is going to be a great year. Let's do it together. All right, Adam. See you.
I'll see you on the other
Talk
side.
later, my friend. Bye.